everybody and welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm with me, CWATTYESO. It's a beautiful start to a new day. It's 7:30 in the morning. All is well. I said I'd be back in a few minutes in real life. It didn't take me very long. We have reached a new day. Also, probably for the first time ever in the series, we have got every single fruit type planted on the map. Every crop is accounted for. Milestone day, right there. Right, what have we got to do today? Well, let's have a look. The oats. Helgetus's oats are ready to harvest. Right. Let me think about that. Where's the orange truck? Around here somewhere. What's over here? Over here, look. Drive that up to the field. Grab the yellow New Holland. And away we go. I don't think that fertiliser production plant is making fertiliser. I'm pretty confident it's not. I will have a drive through there quickly as we make our way over to field 6 and just check, but I don't think it is. For whatever reason, I think that is broken. I've got slurry in it, I've got manure in it, and I've got digestate in it, and I don't think it's made a single drop of fertiliser. I could be wrong. It's not making any fertiliser at all. I'm gonna have to have a look at that mod. All these production mods, they're nice, don't get me wrong, but they've all been I think they've kind of been rush released by the person who's done them, because none of them have worked right out the box. A lot of them have had wrong fill types in the XMLs, which have needed to be changed, and some other bits and pieces have needed to be altered. I don't know whether it's a language thing. I think, like I say, the fact that most of the mod is not in English doesn't help if you're playing the English language version of the game. I think he really needs to find a way to add multi-language support for people who don't play the game in whatever language he is in or whatever, because that can have problems, I think. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check on that. I was really looking forward to using the fertiliser production, because like I say, I don't know if I have to connect any hoses. Combine header. Hose or stuff, or whether they're already done. Check. Maybe something that we don't need to do. Sometimes you have to connect to PTO, but look like it on this particular occasion. Okay, I'm missing something then, because I can't turn on the header. There we go. It had to be in the right place. The one this side? There we go. Still using the manual attach mod, and it takes a bit of getting used to. Right, I probably want to set this course up done with course play. The reason being, I kind of want the straw. Field 4. No. You know what? I will do. Raw. But I shall also do is calculate current field edge. Field 4. Force generation will be field 4. Won't, let's do it field 10. Generate a completely different course on a different field. 4. Headland around, we'll do 4 headlands. Do 6 headlands. Start working on up and... No. We'll start working on up and down rows. He's doing 12.5 meters wide. Kind of okay. That down. Start him at first waypoint, drive core. He can harvest all the way to the first waypoint. And then it gives me a road in and out the field with the truck. Right, so anyway, that's Helper Chris, another Helper Chris on the farm. Right, that's the only field though. Field 15 could do with fertilising, spraying, as could 14. So what? Set this. We'll do field 14. And we'll go and do field. We might have to refill it first. In which case I'll probably end up having to buy a refill, liquid fertilizer refill point. I haven't got any down here. Friendly tyres, I shouldn't really worry too much. Okay, just handing this over to a worker. Taylor, you haven't, Taylor. That's the point, Taylor. Oh, you have, because that's the wrong field. My bad. Sorry, Taylor. Wrong field. I'm still getting used to the numbering. Let me off. Forgive me. If I get the field numbers wrong, that's my fault. Alright, Charlie's here now. Charlie will take care of it for me. Don't get why the CR is slipping. unless it just gets too fast for its own good. Tell you what, I could make this field harvest a heck of a lot quicker. There's a I've got a mod installed. I've downloaded a mod which has a nice new combine header, which is pretty impressive. It's 36 meters wide, so it's like 3 times as wide as this. Tends to make short work of fields like this with crop on. With grain crops and corn and sunflower. 36 meter wide head. The only reason why I probably wouldn't buy it and use it in game at this moment in time is because sadly it's not one of them trailers that has the header attached like this one. The fold out header, you actually have to put it on a normal header trailer to drag it around the map, and I'm not a big fan of those headers. I've probably said that a couple of times now in the series. I don't like headers that don't have built-in trailers or folding trailers. But yeah, that slurry bin thing, that fertilizer station is not working for me. It's not producing fertilizer, which is a bit of a shame. But all the other fields are planted and going well. Soon have the sugar beets to harvest. The cotton means I may have to look at making my next purchase of one of them sugar beets. That's bright pink for sugar beets because they are bright pink. Yikes, that was a lot of money. What about some potatoes? Can we have potatoes, please? We can. Can we make them a nice potatoey colour? We sure can. Right, now we're going to need a homer though to put it on, aren't we? I think I've got one that lets me do both. On the sugar beet technology. That one. That one will do both. That'll do potato, sugar beet, sugar cane, wood chips and cotton. I think I might have one of those. What colour to make it? Do I make mostly muddy brown with pink? Make it pink with potato brown. Brown with potato pink. Sugar beet pink. We'll live dangerously, shall we? We'll have it that colour. Can't change anything else on it. Can't change the capacities or anything like that. Obviously the sugar cane, Stevie sugar cane harvesters, his roper, his homer and stuff like that. Cotton, doing there really. Forage harvesters, got nothing really new in there apart from the John Deere one. Harvesters in here, obviously we've got the this one down here, which is I'm using for cotton. You can buy it and use it for normal crops, and you can change the capacity on it to 50,000, 100,000, 250,000, which is a bit overkill. Headers. In here somewhere. Probably a couple. I think I'm missing one. I think it's that one. That's the one. Yeah, it's a bit like the cotton header. It kind of jumps out sideways when you unfold it. That's how it gets to be 36 meters. I'm sure I had another one as well. Not seeing it. I may not have selected it then on this. It's Dooper McFlip. When I loaded up the mod, I might not have enabled it. I've got nothing in here. This is a nice and empty trailer, because boy oh boy, Helgetus, you've asked for a lot of oats. You have asked for a lot of oat crop. Come on, pipe out. That's the first 60,000 litres. Probably didn't enable stop while unloading, but it seems to be stopped while unloading. Good thing. At least I can get out of his way a bit now. Right, so he's done. Brock, he's done all the slurry. Yeah, look at the new bad boy. Okay, they are kind of looks like they're all kind of joined together at the minute. Where do I attach onto these? Which side? I'm sure it's this side, you know. Hold it up. Put it over there. Get the potato one next. So it'll be fun. It's going to be fun to do the next two harvests with these, because look at the headers. And yes, I appreciate matey person pal over there that I am parking these right up against your house, but that's going to make doing potato harvesting a lot easier. I love how it's got the little picture on, look, to tell me that that's potatoes. That one's sugar beets. And like I said before, what I love about these headers is these side arms that stick up in the air. When you unfold them, you don't have collision, so you can actually drive your truck through them to unload it. Where are you off to? Somewhere completely random. Oh, we're basically just going to be sat doing Helgetus Contract today then. That's all we need to do. The animals are pretty taken care of. Don't bother with contracts. For anybody keeping statistics on the save, I have now been playing this save for 190 hours, 0.49. which I'm sure if we can do a quick bit of mathematics on that. So let's say we'll call that 190.5. I've spent 7.9 actual real life days playing on this map. A full 7.9, nearly 8 full actual real days of my life have been spent playing on this map and on this save. We have created 1,078 bales. We've cut down 1,212 trees apparently. Does that count poplars in that statistic? Because that does seem quite high. We have used, what is that? 4,211,609.56 litres of fertiliser. We've used 399,362 litres of seed. We've spent 41 minutes of our life harvesting. We've spent 58 minutes of our life fertilising. 37 hours of our life... Oh, sorry, no. 41 hours of our life harvesting, yeah. 58 hours fertilising. 37 hours of our life seeding. 10 hours of our life ploughing. 11 hours of our life cultivating. And 100 hours working effectively. So what have I been doing for the other 90 hours on the farm then? If I've only spent 100 hours working, what have I been doing the other 90 odd hours? That probably doesn't count like transporting though, does it? Taking trailers to sell points, doing the animals and stuff. Yeah, the save's really cracking on, statistic wise. Guy's getting full again. We'll unload him with Helgetus's oats. And lots of Chris is being hired just lately. Alright, so you're going to get full driving up here. What to do about the straw then? Do I bale it? Because jeepers, that would be a lot of bales, wouldn't it? Helgetus didn't mention what he wanted doing with the straw, whether he wanted it baling or whether he just wanted whether I'd load him, wagon it or what. He might not have even thought about the straw. He probably didn't want me to do straw. I could probably do with taking a little bit back. How much have I got in the silo back at the farm? 545,345 litres. We could make a lot more bales, I suppose. We could make some more of those 20,000 litre bales, wouldn't we? The high capacity job is. That would be alright, wouldn't it? High capacity jobby jobs. Oi! Oi! Pull our pipe back. I was just trying to get in a position where I could unload. Don't make me get out of this truck, sunshine. One bin, that's one bin full. Now you're doing the second bin for me. Where to take the oats as well once we harvest them. I don't think Helgetus mentioned what he wanted me to do with the oats once I'd harvested them. Do I could put some of them in the seeding jinggy thingy bobby thing. Next some seed. We used all the wheat, didn't we? Can always take the seed and sell it then if need be. Oh well, sorry about that. Just had to put a bit of a pause in the video because obviously we've got a little bit of real life drama going on at the moment in the background. The next door neighbours are being a bit of a nuisance again, trying to take fences and boundaries down between our property and theirs, and obviously we own our property, they're council tenants, they rent their property, and apparently the council are trying to make out that, you know, what they're doing is correct and right, which ain't the case at all. But then the council here is pretty corrupt and has always been a bit discriminatory towards us in the past with all the previous tenants that have been in the property next door to us. Because obviously we own the house, they don't tend to like us very much. The council think they can do what they like, but this time they're not getting away with it. We're going to take the council to court, get them squared up by the judges of the world, the law of the land, and then once the council's been squared up, they'll have to square up their tenants. Otherwise, their tenants will get the boot. They'll have the tenants booted from the property. So yeah, we're not messing around anymore. We don't want to put up with it. We really don't. We just want a nice, peaceful, quiet life. We don't want aggravation from neighbours. Yet we keep getting it, and we've put up with it for 30 years, and enough is enough. Council had the chance to do something about it. They've never done it. They never did anything while we were council tenants ourselves. They certainly aren't doing anything about it now we are private tenants. We own our property. So we'll just take the council to court, and we'll win. Because we've already had the council in court once and have triumphed in a neighbour nuisance matter. We'll definitely triumph this time, and I'll be pushing for some serious compensation from the council as well, because every time they've done any building work on the property next door to us, it's caused damage and destruction to our own house, which they've never ever put right. Yeah. Payday. Take them to court and get a nice payday. That'll make the council happy. Get a bit of our council tax back and stuff. It's a shame the afternoon's now being ruined by this freaking issue with the neighbours. It's made even worse by the fact that technically my sister owns the house we live in. And she's one of these fucking pussyfooting types that doesn't want to fucking stand up for herself or let people treat her like shit and crap. Whereas I'm willing to have a fight with anyone, if I'm right, and I know I am. You know, if I'm in a position where I know I'm right, I'll fight anybody. And I'll take anybody on, don't care how big or small they are, who they are, what they are. But she takes after my father, and he's another person who doesn't like to get involved in stuff, and he'll sooner let people walk all over him and treat him like garbage than stand up for himself and, you know, fight for his rights, sort of thing. And yeah, it kind of annoys me that those two apparently are the named tenants on the house deeds. Right, well, anyway, let's not talk about any more about the drama. Let's focus back on what the video is meant to be about, which is me farming Fenton Forest. So yes, I have now cut out a lot of the commentary in this video because it just went ranty for ages. In fact, this video went really long, hence why I've had to time-lapse a lot of it, which is a shame because obviously this is Helgetus Contract, but this is a super duper awesome uber field, and any contract on it is going to take a long time, especially harvesting with a single harvester. So yeah, I've had to time-lapse it. It also means I'm not going to get the straw picked up in this episode off this field, although I wasn't too sure whether Helgetus wanted me to do straw or not anyway. So what I probably plan to do in the next video is bale some of the straw on this field and shift the bales, and maybe loading wagon the rest or something and get it sold. The sprayer's working okay, although he did miss bits of the field and I've kind of got to fill in the bits myself where he's kind of gone wrong. Or should I say, I'll have to fill in the bits where he goes wrong because the worker's still working the field at the moment and he's driving around and he's doing okay. Obviously this sprayer is helped quite nicely by the fact that the boom doesn't have collision on it, and so far it hasn't been ruined and had collision added to it like some mods. Obviously I'm guessing Farmer Klein hasn't done a YouTube video review on this John Deere sprayer yet, because normally when he does reviews on mods the first thing he moans about is the lack of collision, and then the mod authors feel the need to go and add collision to the mods to you know, please him, and then basically stick the middle finger up to everyone else of us who don't want the collisions on the mod. Anyway, that was another huge rant session in this video as I recorded it as well, about the whole collisions and collisions on maps, collisions on vehicles and equipment, and you know, give players the option whether they want collisions on or off and let them decide to their own, you know. Don't go ruining a mod just to please one person, and at the same time don't alienate that one person if you can give them the option to have the best of both worlds, sort of thing. And I think what brought me onto that subject was the fact that the hook lift sprayer mod actually does give you the option of deciding whether you want collision on the boom or not, which is quite nice of that mod maker. But then again, he makes awesome hook lift mods and attachments, many of which I am currently already using in this series and have been for quite a while. And why is that Burke reversed there? I've got to go and destroy a load of crop now, look, to try and unload him. God, courseplay for the fail. Sorry Helgetus, I've just ruined a load of your oat crop trying to get to this guy to unload him. Oh, what a nightmare. Well, might as well drive off the field now. Yeah, right, let's go fill in the gaps then, because he's missed quite a bit down that left-hand side of the field. In fact, he's missed quite a massive, huge chunk down the left-hand side of that field. I can quickly whiz round there with this, and that will fill that up. We've done everything. We've done the potatoes, we've done the sugar beet, we'll have done the sugar cane. Everything will be harvested. I think we'll be good. Then we can just sit back, wait for everything to grow. And then it's going to be crazy harvest sessions trying to get a field like this stripped of potatoes. Ouch. What have I let myself in for? One of the things I am going to do as well, and I have been thinking about it, and probably, I don't know whether I'll do it before the next episode or whether it'll be the episode after, I'm going to edit this map a bit. I'm going to open this map up and I'm going to edit it a bit. One of the things I'm going to do now, we've got all these extra additional like production silos and stuff that can make stuff, is actually add a few more products to the different sell points on the map, so that we can actually take stuff and sell it. So I'm going to make sure that the sell points on the map will actually buy like seed and fertilizer, and I'll make sure they buy things like TMR and pig food and silage and hay and grass. I'll also make sure a couple of the sell points, places like the ports, accept loose cotton. So when we do cotton harvest, we can take the cotton and tip at the ports and sell it, you know, off the map. And also I think I'll make a few places accept water delivery, so we can deliver water to a couple of different places on the map, not just the animal dealership. I think places like the mills would want water. I've said it before, I'm sure mills would use water when they're making their dough for making their bread and stuff. I'm pretty convinced of that, so I'm going to add water to a couple more of the sell points, and I'll probably even have digestate added to like the ports as well, so we can actually ship digestate off the map and away from the map, because obviously we get a lot of digestate, because obviously we sell a lot of stuff at the BGA, or the slurry that we get from the animals. We get a surplus of digestate that I probably can't use fully in terms of selling it. It's spreading it on fields, so we might as well sell some of it. And obviously the only place we can sell digestate currently is at the heating plant on the farm, which pays out a little bit. It's not bad, it's not the greatest of prices in the world, but you know, it's okay. But it'd be nice if we could do some, you know, full-on big tanker hauls down to, say, the ports and ship out some digestate to make a bit of money. So those are the things I'm going to be tweaking on the map, and editing and playing around. I have been doing a lot of editing and playing and tweaking around in the editor just lately. I've taken the, obviously the manure silo from the farm on the map, and I've actually made it into my own standalone placeable manure silo, so that when I play on other maps I can buy one and put it on the map. So I've got Stevie's manure and slurry thing from this map, I can have that, I can buy it and put it on any map I play, because the game really does lack manure and slurry storage points, good ones at least. And I think Stevie's looks pretty awesome, and I say I would love to be able to make that standalone version of it public to people. Obviously I would need Stevie's permission to do that, so if Stevie's out there watching the video and would like to give me permission to make the standalone manure, slurry manure storage place public, and allow people to download it for use on other maps and in other games that they play on, then you know, I would be happy to do that, but only if he allows it, because obviously he made it. Got to give him credit for the model and everything. All I've done is made it standalone. I've extracted it from the map and made it into its own separate mod. And I've been doing a few other little tweaks and things like that as well. I've been tweaking a few other maps as well. I was having a look at that Midwest Horizon map, that 4X map, or whatever, that big American map. There's quite a few people are talking about on the internet just lately. But I looked at it and thought it was really bland. I was a bit disappointed when I opened the map up the first time and there is no actual like starting farm, and like farmhouse and buildings and sheds, and you don't even get a silo to start with when you load into the map. And there's not a lot of good building area, because obviously there's like 127 fields on the map, like crop fields. Then there's probably, I think there's about another 30 like grass fields as well. There's not a lot of areas where you can actually put down your own buildings and stuff without removing fields. He has put buildings on the map, but from what I can tell, they're just decorated items. They're just decorations. They don't have any functionality to them. It's like the houses and sheds and stuff you do see on the map, they don't do anything. You can't use them. So it's a bit disappointing. So I've been having a tweak with that, removing some of the buildings to try and create an area where I could build a farm if I was to do a let's play on that map. I've also been going around removing a lot of the trees because the map's got a lot of trees on it, and they really are a pain in the backside to get around the map, especially with the way the fields are all closely packed in and put together. There's only like very thin narrow gaps between the fields for you to travel with vehicles without obviously running on fields and destroying crops. But then the mod author's going to put ridiculous trees every so far down these like strips of land, and when I tested it I couldn't cut them down with the brooks, the trees. They were like immortal trees that you couldn't cut down. So it's like, yeah, definitely going in the editor and deleting those off the map. But then I'll see, I'll have a bit of a tweak. But yeah, I'm trying to learn a bit more about the Giants editor and making mods and that. It's quite interesting. Making a few standalone placeable items out of things I find on other maps for my own use. So we're close to getting Helgetus' contract finished. We've nearly got all the oats harvested. Oh boy, this has been a long episode, and I think the next episode in the series is quite long as well, because obviously it's going to be picking up the straw. In actual fact, I think when I recorded that episode, I may have to do some editing in post on that episode as well, maybe a bit of time lapsing, because there's quite a lot of points in that video where I went AWOL. I just stopped talking. I wasn't doing commentary. I was just kind of like just sat here in the trance, just baling and collecting straw. And then I'm certain that sometimes I started like having a conversation with myself, like just talking to myself like I randomly do at times when I'm on my computer and not recording. But obviously I was recording. So and then I suddenly realised, I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. Did I just have that conversation out loud? Has that now been recorded on the video? Because I may have to go back and cut that out. So yeah, I'm going to have to spend a bit of time looking very closely over the next episode before I start rendering it and uploading it to make sure I don't include anything I shouldn't. And I want to obviously at this point as well apologise for any maybe foul or bad language that has crept into this video early on when I was encountering the drama. I tried to keep my content PG and family friendly, and unfortunately in this instance I wasn't able to do that. So I'm sorry. I will make sure there's no bad language in the next videos. But anyway, we're nearly done. In fact, actually, I'm going to stop courseplay now at this point, and I'm going to finish this field off myself because I'm fed up of seeing this guy snaking along the field, zigzagging about when he should just drive. Seriously, yet again, I can do a better job of harvesting a field than the AI workers or courseplay. That shouldn't be the case. Computers should be able to do anything better than me. Because I'm not that special. I'm not that good. I'm not that amazing. I'm just a person. I'm just a human being. Computers should be able to do everything I could do way better and, you know, to a much higher standard and perfection. But they seem to fail in this game. So we'll empty this guy and then we'll take him and get him put away, and I'll try and hopefully figure out how to do the manual attaching thing to get the header off and detach the PTO and everything. So we'll be back to normal speed very soon, and normal commentary will resume then. That first, then that. Disconnect the thing. I need to probably put me on. There we go, detach power takeoff. Attach that. Harvester is done, JD. Knowing where to find the hitbox, and it doesn't help with the fact I've got that lift heavy things mod installed. That makes it a bit harder to see where stuff is when you're working around a vehicle. Try and get this aligned properly, shall we? That'll do. Right, so with the Oat Crop contract done, that's Helgetus ticked off again with yet another subscriber contract. We can go and celebrate. Big super duper awesome Uber field has been harvested, and that is a ton of straw laying on it. I may bale it, you know, 20,000 litre bales. Could be. We've certainly got enough of the day left now because I forgot to change the top speed. What a numpty I am at times. I can blame being distracted by real life shenanigans today. I wasn't planning on recording today. I didn't think I'd get a chance to, but I have. So we'll work on that. Like I say, there's a mod. I need to go and look at that fertilizer mod and find out why that's not working. Try and fix that before the next video, the next recording session. Have a look at a few other bits and pieces as well. Get that in here. Dipping out the back this time, it is. Move him out of the way. I may need that silo for something else. Putting seed and that in it, I suppose, would be quite useful. Though finding somewhere that sells seeds would be even more useful. Right, well, thank you everybody for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've gone and left your likes, comments, questions, subscription, quests, tasks, things in the sections down below. Hope you've pressed the and I've just exited the game without saving. Well, that was rather stupid of me. What a numpty. Back in here quick. Let's have a look then. I'm sure I enabled all my mods. There's a couple of mods I'm not using. I didn't enable that one. That was why I couldn't find it in the shop. When did it save? When did it save? When did it save? When did the game save? Around, see where everything is. I think we're alright. I think it's saved. I think the game just saved as I was about to exit anyway, so I don't think we've lost any progress. Everything looks like it was. Looking, so all good. I'll turn the time up a touch. I will say, so let's do the outro again, shall we? Yeah. If you've enjoyed today's episode, despite all my fluff ups, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've got any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, subscriber tasks and contract requests, leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure you press that subscribe button if you're not already doing so, to subscribe to the channel. I've been CWATTYESO, this is the Fenton Forest Farm, and I will see you all again very soon with the next episode. For now, from me, it's goodbye.